I want you to imagine that you're talking to a newer loan officer, or maybe somebody that isn't necessarily newer, but they're struggling right now, right? As a lot of people are. Um, what is some advice from somebody who's having success that you would want to give to them?
You gotta have a mentor, a coach, and a friend. And my wife happens to be all three at different times, but that's like personal, right? And as
Mm.
a loan officer, you're gonna have someone that also is a mentor. So I'm not afraid to ask $100 million loan officer, "Hey, what's making you tick?"
Right.
Um, and I've actually have relationships like that, but I also strive to like find some coaching type things. So here's a brief analogy. Like, yeah, I just made a switch, so I didn't close a loan for like almost 6 weeks, right? Because you make a switch in the
Sure.
industry, it's going to take you.
Got to rebuild your
I
pipeline.
know there's a 90-day process. It's that whole increase of returns, right? Well, what's crazy is because you start doing things and you show up, just freaking show up, for crying out loud. That's half the battle. You start to realize that there's actually a fallen behind you. There's been 3 loan officers that have left other companies, and now I'm kind of somewhat their mentor because I'm a month or 2 months ahead of them. That slingshots your momentum and your energy to get through. And you only do that because, one, you're humble, but you're also thinking, okay, I need a mentor, coach, friend. Like, I need these people in my life to sustain me because you can't be a lone wolf.
Yeah.
And one article that stuck with me way back when was a Harvard business
Hmm.
review. Be rich, not king. I think that's what it's called. And it's huge. A king will fall. But being
Yeah.
rich takes a mob to work together in order to build something.
That's
You think about
interesting.
you and Big Billy, I don't know your guys' relationship that well, but I've been on a few calls. You ham and egg each other.
Yeah,
His weaknesses are probably your strengths, that type of thing.
for sure.
And
100%.
if you don't have that, then you're going back to the word selfish, right? Like, yeah, you really do have to have people in your corner and be very selective with those people because that's what elevates you.
Yeah.
So as a new loan officer, if you don't have those people, start there. Find somebody that you're going to mirror, someone that you feel like is a mentor. And then 2, find somebody that's actually going to coach you. That's not just going to
Mm.
like tell you how to do it and what to do it, but actually be like, why are you doing it?
Mm.
Ask you the questions of like, but can that go this way? What does that guideline really mean? Don't just go Google stuff. That's what Google's. I
Yeah.
don't know. That's my opinion.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I like that, man. Well, so my final question for you, Tyler, is, I always like to ask this because I think that we all have different educational journeys. We all have different journeys in general, and I like to make sure that people kind of have this educational, because like I wasn't very book smart from the traditional method, and I'm very self-taught. I mean, I read a ton. Um, and I like to give that opportunity to somebody else who may not have the resources, but they want it. What is a book in your life that that you feel should be mandatory reading for somebody in the mortgage industry or sales or business in general?
Just one? Come on.
You're welcome to do more, but at least one.
So I read a book every single month. I get
Nice.
it on Audible, and I also have it with my Kindle. And the reason why is like at night I need to read 10 pages to get off my phone and just decompress, and then it helps me go. So cranking out a book a month is huge. If you're not doing that, you should. I can see your wall behind you. It's important to you. In the exact same way I hated reading, now I love it and
Yeah.
stand not reading. So
Right.
first off, Think and Grow Rich.
Mm.
Hands down, one of the most efficient books to help you think bigger. And then 2, Relentless. I'm a basketball. I love sports. So Tim Grover was Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade's like physical and mental coach. And it's not a great how-to like book. It's really just getting raw with yourself and how you want to be relentless and a cleaner. And it's great. Like there's some grit in there. It's very Dave Goggin like, where it's just in your face, and I
Nice.
like that.
Yeah.
And then 3, what's really bumped up there is The Gap in the Game.
Mm.
You have to be able to set yourself up for humility of like what's happened in my past and all these events that will slingshot me into the future, and get away from comparing yourself with people, because you have your own journey. And the only way to do that is through your own gains that you've made day to day, hour by hour.